Hello everybody, this is Keith here again, K.C. Design Concepts, Chief Engineer of Hyde Motorworks, and it's just showing off a rough prototype for the Strongbringer Supercharger. The white prints are already done for it. This was just a rough bracket setup that I wanted to make just to test fit to make sure I wasn't missing anything. I'm sure everybody that's seen any of my previous videos know I like to just put something on there just to make sure I didn't miss any little detail, something, make sure that it works. This one is designed for the C38. Actually, that's a 3D printed version of the C38R, so it has a 10 rib belt, which is not really necessary for most of the applications. And it uses 2 extra idler pulleys, and I'm going to be utilizing the 5 PK, I believe it is, AC belt, just longer, routed around the supercharger, and then back underneath, and it keeps the air injection tubes there for the smog pump. And so far, yeah, everything fits the way I was hoping it would. It clears all the sensors, doesn't interfere with anything. And you'll actually be able to keep a mechanical fan if you so choose to. Because nothing actually sticks out past any of it. You can see on this engine, the AC pulley is behind the main drive pulley. This one right here is what runs the water pump and power steering and alternator, which would be over there. So it keeps everything behind it. They consider adding a pulley to the front of the crankshaft to drive the supercharger, but then that brings the supercharger away from the engine further. And I've seen some other designs that did something like that, and they usually have problems with stability on the bracket. Or this one, it bolts down in here, and then also this L bracket will bolt onto here. Right now it's just sitting there, and that bolts onto the 2 upper AC compressor bolts. So you keep the AC compressor. You can see this is where I believe that's the out for the AC compressor. Usually that line comes out, curves around, and then goes back again, and this way. The final version, this is going to be rounded, that's going to be rounded. This is just a rough cut, just to make sure that I got everything where it needs to be. This bracket will be cut down more. I didn't do such a great job. It's a little rough, as you can see. And there's no reason for that to be that high. It's 10 millimeters thick here, and it will be 10 millimeters thick here, but then from slightly above where this mark is, it's going to be, I believe it's 32 millimeters, because this part is actually forward more. You can kind of see the gap there between the 2 plates. So this is going to be all one piece machined. It'll be CNC machined. And then this bracket will bolt onto the side here, and then there'll be 2 bolts through here, bolting this onto here to give top end stability. Because the tricky part with these engines is really nothing solid up top here to bolt anything to. I know some people will use these upper timing cover bolts. They're only 6 millimeter, and I don't know, I don't like the idea of it. You really don't want oil leaks because of a supercharger pulling on them, so that's why I came up with this idea over here to add that L-shaped bracket, and it'll clear the exhaust. And now, as far as charge pipes, as you can see, this one I angled it so that way it's pointing down and towards the engine slightly, because the frame rail is going to be around here. If you're running low boost, say 5-6 psi, because these superchargers are very, very efficient, they generate very little heat on their own. The gear drive assembly, or traction drive is what they call it, doesn't actually have gears in it. Comes with an oil feed and return line, their own reservoir, and a cooler for the oil, the traction oil that goes in the supercharger. So the drive unit itself should stay fairly cool. So that's not really going to add heat to the charge. The compressor wheels are also very efficient. So really the only heat that they're going to generate is from compressing the air. So that's why I say if you run 5, 6, maybe 7 psi, a very simple charge pipe from here, 90 off, forward, around, and up into the throttle body. And that would be about it. If you plan on going higher in boost to where IET temps could become an issue, then I would definitely recommend an intercooler. But for those that are looking for a little more punch out of their engine, you wouldn't even need the intercooler. And because it's centrifugal or centrifugal, depending on how you want to pronounce it, supercharger, it has a rising boost curve. So at low RPMs, very low boost, if any at all, from idle. As the RPMs come up, so does the boost. And depending on which pulley you use on the supercharger is going to determine where the boost is going to come in and out and how high it's going to go. And you typically use a recirculation valve or a bypass valve between this charge pipe that would come out of here and the inlet in the back of the supercharger, so that when you're pretty much off throttle or part throttle cruising down the road, the bypass valve will be open and the air will just be recirculating back into the intake of the supercharger. And if you get a dual port bypass valve, you can also use it as a boost controller. Let's say you want more boost at low RPMs, but you don't want it to go above a certain point at high RPMs. And you can set up a pretty basic either mechanical or electronic boost controller and connect it to the second port on the bypass valve. So that way it starts opening it up when it reaches that set boost level that you want it to kind of chill out. Which these V8s make pretty good amount of low end torque as is. But it is nice having a little extra low end torque, so that way you don't have to rev the engine out so high to really get moving. But yeah, it's been a work in progress for a while, off and on between other projects. Sorry about the wrinkled curtain I got hang up there. I got other projects going on behind there I'm not quite ready to unveil just yet. But yeah, I bought this engine strictly to do this and the Black Kaiser. So once this is finished, if anybody's looking for a good running M60 B30, I'll probably be putting it up for sale, or I might just keep it around. But yep, that will be the Strongbringer Supercharger for the M60 and M62. It will not fit the N62 engine. They're in a completely different engine altogether. And I believe you can fit it onto the M62 TU with some slight modifications, because they're still kind of in the Michigan family of engine, although they added some more tech to them, Vanos and so on. This is a non-Vanos engine, so but this is made for the earlier version, 5 series, 7 series, and yeah, for some of the crazy ones that want to stick a big V8 in their 3 series. I have absolutely no problems with that. But I designed it so that it will clear everything. The top of the supercharger is below the cam cover. So if you can get an engine to fit into something, the supercharger will fit. And like I said, the Rotrex has a really nice warranty with them. They're very reliable, stout units. I like using them. Okay, that's about it. Hope everybody has a safe and happy holidays and have a supercharged day.